Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Borders Pub Theatre. Our show this evening is Wilson at Play. For those of you who haven't seen Borders Pub Theatre before, a little word about the format. What we do is encourage playwriting in the Scottish Borders by encouraging playwrights to write half a dozen or so short plays and putting those on together in one evening. The way it's done is we perform them script in hand because that's the fastest way of getting from the inspiration through the process of getting them performed. And at that point, we bring in professional actors and professional directors to bring these stories to life. So tonight, we're delighted to have Kate Barr, Scott Noble, and Vivian Reid, with a cameo performance by Dunn's own legend, John McEwan. We've also got a new director with us, Kolbrun Bird Björt Sigfridsdottir. I really made a mince of that, but I'll get it right next time. And I'm one of the playwrights, Robert Sproul-Cran. So we're going to start this evening by breaking tradition a little bit, and that is instead of just going with a one-word inspiration to prompt these stories, we were invited at last year's Dunn's Playfest to consider doing something on the theme of Wilson's Tales of the Borders in Scotland. You possibly know that John Mackay Wilson wrote for the Berwick Advertiser, and in 1834 he started publishing short stories based mostly in the Borders, and he brought on board a team of other writers to create these stories. So tonight we're going to kick off with a piece called Gypsy Soul, which is written by Wilson himself. It's brought to life as a play by Emily Larner, and in it she opens the window on the creative process and Wilson's writing itself.
There you are, my little fox. I have you trapped. Nothing gets away from Gemmill Graham.
Gem, you're hurting me.
You love it. My Princess Fa, come close to me.
Come, my love. Brandy?
Oh, all right. Are you not going to ask me how it went?
I would have gone how it always goes.
Ask me.
Oh, how was it?
How was it? It was incredible. Your father was very impressed. That stag that has plagued my thoughts for so long is no more. Your father spotted him first, I'll give him that. He was creeping out of the gorse and lowered his head to drink from the Beaumont. We were sat under a weeping willow on the other side, just watching him further upstream. I crept down to the water's edge and slipped into the water, sinking under, letting the current carry me down. Moving across, the river weeds kept me hidden until I reached him. Drawing my knife, I launched as quick as an eagle and slit his throat with one movement. No other man apart from I could have killed such a beast.
How wonderful, Gem. You're the beast. That's what I wanted to say to you. You are a beast, and you are only interested in yourself. No, Gem, no.
Why did you do that?
Though that's not how I feel. You have no idea what you're writing about.
How dare you? This is my story and I will write what I want.
Ignorant. The daughter of the king of the Fars would not fall down to the feet of a glorified poacher.
Say my words, Judith, or I will not write you at all.
It was not like that.
For God's sake, just get on with what I'm telling you to do. I want you to meet someone, my dear. I think you were very taken with him.
What will Gemmell say? He will be furious.
You leave Gemmell to me. Now, come on, just meet him. He's a warm and kind young man, and he is extremely wealthy. It is Walter, the heir of Rickon.
He'll not be interested in me.
Oh, but he is.
He has not met me.
He has met you. You will charm him.
I will not know how to behave around him.
Your beauty, your wit, and your intelligence is all you need to show him.
I'm rough. My skin, my manners. I eat with my hands. I'm not worthy of Walter's love.
I need you to meet him, please, dearest daughter.
Wilson, this is just prejudice. I am certainly not rough. I have been brought up well. Look at me. I am covered in jewels, and our family has as much money, if not more, than the Walters. My father would not make me meet such a man.
Judith, do and say what I tell you to do, or you will regret it. These past months have been the happiest of my life, darling Jude. You are magnificent. I love you, and I want you to marry me. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying yes. I promise to make you happy.
But what if once you have me at your castle, I embarrass you?
Why, what are you going to do? I mean, no, that is not possible. It's
What if
impossible.
I say something wrong or do something inappropriate?
I'm sure you won't. Stick to the story! What was that?
I'm not sure. Oh no, it's Gemmell.
Oh, no, you won't!
So that was Gypsy Soul by Emily Larner. You can see one of the ways we have to cast these programs is to work out not only actors that can play all sorts of different parts, but all sorts of different parts simultaneously. Anyway, one of the themes that Wilson picked up on was to try to concentrate on local folklore and legend and occasionally even history. So we're going on now to see how Claire Watson managed to adapt another of his stories. This one we think was written by Wilson himself, and it's called The Thriftless Heir. The Thriftless Heir.
Oh, Meg, You won't believe it.
What's happened, Aunt? Who's died?
No one's died.
Then what's made you so pale and skittery?
It's young Musgrave.
Is he hurt?
Not hurt.
Oh, you gave me such a fright. You know what my feelings are for James.
Young Musgrave to you. And you know how I feel about that.
Tell me.
He's back.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's the reason he's back that's the problem.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to tell...
Meg, for pity's sake, will you stop? He's back because he spent his whole allowance.
Well, how can that be? The Musgraves are the wealthiest and most respected family in all the county.
I can hardly say it. It's so...
Just tell me. I can't hear.
Gambling.
No, he wouldn't do that. He's too honourable.
He would. He has.
But why?
He fell into bad company.
I knew it couldn't be his fault.
In Paris. I've never trusted the French.
Paris?
He behaved impeccably in Germany and Spain. But when he got to Paris... Well, he's in Scotland now.
Yes. He'll be himself again. Now he's home. I can't wait to see him.
We'll see. We can only hope. I feel for his poor father and mother. I'm so sorry, Meg. Just give me a moment. It breaks my heart. Old Mr. Musgrave died this morning.
Oh no, poor Jane. Young Musgrave. To lose his father when he's not long lost his mother, it's a tragedy.
A tragedy. And young Musgrave still spending money like it's going out of fashion.
You said he'd stop.
He did. When Mrs. Musgrave died, he went back to his old self.
Noble, generous, good-hearted. Always greeting us like we were his equals.
But he started gambling again, not a month after her death. In fact, it seems worse than ever. And the drinking. I've hardly seen him sober last fortnight.
It'll be grief.
Last night, old Mr. Musgrave called me to his bedchamber. He was speaking to his son and he wanted me to witness it.
And what did he say?
He said he feared for young Musgrave's future despite leaving him a fortune, and he would end up poor and friendless.
Oh, how could he say that to his own son? He won't be friendless, he's got me.
You're not his friend, Meg. I don't believe you've ever spoken to him.
Well, not spoken exactly, but we have exchanged smiles. I know he thinks well of me.
He doesn't even know who you are. I'm sorry, Meg. I'm that upset. I don't mean to be unkind. I haven't told you everything. Old Mr. Musgrave got his son to promise that whatever happened, he wouldn't sell the cottage in the woods. And he held out a bit of paper which young Musgrave signed, and I witnessed. It was not long after that he died.
Young Musgrave will stop his bad behaviour.
Yes, he will now.
Aunt? Are you unwell? You look very pale.
Oh, Meg, I'm not sure I can stay up at the manor anymore.
What are you saying? You've been housekeeper there for years. You can't leave him.
The house is filled from morning to night with men who encourage his bad behaviour and take his money. I'm at my wit's end. It's impossible to keep the place clean. There are people sleeping on the floors. The smell of the alcohol turns my stomach. It's his poor parents. If they could see him now.
But they can't. And that's why he needs you. Don't leave him when he's still in grief.
Grief? I call it disillusion.
Oh, you know his true character, Aunt.
I fear his true character, as you call it, is no more.
I won't believe it.
You are a romantic. Believe what you will, but up at the house, all romance is dead.
Oh, you won't leave. You've always worked for the Musgraves.
I may not have a choice. If he doesn't stop this behaviour, he will run out of money, and then where will I be?
It won't come to that.
It looks like it might. Meg. I'm that tired I could sleep for a week.
Oh, I've been worried, Aunt. Not seen you for so long.
I couldn't get away. All the negotiating. I didn't dare set foot outside the manor.
But what's been happening? Is it young Musgrave selling off more land?
This time it's serious. The worst it's ever been.
Well, tell me then.
He sold the manor.
What?
It's all he had left.
And what about your position?
That's where all the negotiating has been going on. And I have to say that Mr. Golding has been very fair.
Well, who's Mr. Golding?
You know him. Old Mr. Musgrave's steward.
Ah, I've always known him as the Grim Reaper.
He bought the manor.
But how could he possibly afford it?
Well, that's just it. Young Musgrave has been in such straits that he agreed to sell it at a very low price. I only know that because I heard him shouting at Mr. Golding in the library.
What an awful man. Taking advantage like that. I can't help feeling sorry for young Musgrave despite his dreadful behaviour.
Yes, it's very sad.
And you say the Grim Reaper has been fair?
He's been fair to us. Me, the rest of the servants. He's keeping all of us on with the same pay.
Well, that's a relief. I hope it won't be too awful to work for him.
It can't be any worse than for working for young Musgrave, that's for sure.
What's going to happen to him?
He's still in the house. I think Mr. Golding will let him stay as long as he can pay the rent.
Imagine having to pay rent in your own house.
I thought things couldn't get any worse. But now they have. Young Musgrave has run out of money. He asked Mr. Golding for a loan.
And did he give it to him?
No! When young Musgrave came out of the meeting, he was in tears.
Poor James.
It fair wrung my heart. And even in that moment of despair, he apologised to me for all the trouble he's caused. That's when I remembered the cottage.
The cottage? In the woods?
Yes.
Oh, I've been going there for years, keeping it clean just for this day.
You always had a soft spot for him.
I did. And now he'll need help and looking after.
So I went to Mr. Golding to ask for the key.
And did he give it to you?
He looked strangely flustered. He said he would get it from young Musgrave, but he needed to do something first.
Right, I'll go and open the cottage in case the Grim Reaper doesn't give him the key. You go to young Musgrave and tell him. I'll see you soon. Oh my God! Oh my God! My God! Oh,
You look terrible.
I've never experienced such fear and horror and joy.
What? All three?
I'll be calm in a moment. Oh. I got the key and walked to the woods. As I approached the cottage, I could see the door was open. I stepped over the threshold and the most awful sight met my eyes. James was standing on a stool, a rope hanging from the ceiling around his neck. Before I could do anything, he kicked the stool over.
No!
But instead of hanging from the rope, he was lying on the floor. I was so shocked I couldn't move at first, and then I rushed to see him, see if he was hurt.
And was he?
Oh, not that I could see. But I looked up from the ceiling. There was a hole and a piece of paper came floating down. I picked it up and it was a letter addressed to James.
What did it say?
I passed it to him, but he told me to read it. He was still lying on the floor in
For
shock.
goodness sake, Meg, what did it say?
It said, "My dear son,
It was from his father.
I feared that your conduct would drive you to the desperate act which you've just now attempted. I hope it's not too late to save you. This communication may help you to reform your conduct and regain your character."
This is extraordinary.
There was more. The letter described a place where he could find an iron box filled with gold.
I don't believe it.
Oh, neither did he to begin with, but we followed the instructions. We went into the garden, removed the sundial, and found the box beneath the pedestal.
And was it full of gold?
It was.
Well, that changes everything.
Yes, Aunt, it does.
Good afternoon, Meg. I have such news. It's about Mr. Golding.
Really? He hasn't been around here for a good 12 months.
Yes, and that's just it. He arrived at the manor this morning.
No. Did Jamie see him?
He did.
That man has such a forgiving nature.
As you know, he is quite reformed.
I always did believe in him. But what about the Grim Reaper?
It turns out it was all an act.
What was?
The grimness.
You'd better elaborate.
Well, young Musgrave was very angry, but he greeted Mr. Golding politely.
It was good of him to see him at all.
Mr. Golding had the biggest smile on his face. It was like his character was entirely transformed. He congratulated young Musgrave and said it was clear he was no longer desolate character that he had been.
This is very curious.
Young Musgrave thought so too. He started pacing the room in an agitated manner.
Well, so what happened next?
Mr. Golding told him he'd set up the scene at the cottage, written the letter, and placed the gold beneath the sundial.
What?
And that old Mr. Musgrave's instructions were to give him the gold at an opportune moment. He said he'd purchased the estate at a low price to curb young Musgrave's spending, and he treated him roughly, hoping it would urge him towards transformation.
So not a Grim Reaper after all, but a guardian angel.
Yes, both young Musgrave and myself were overwhelmed with emotion, and all he could do was take Mr. Golding's hand.
What did he say?
He couldn't speak. He just stood there with tears rolling down his cheeks.